Hi everybody, it's Ann Patchett and Sparky Van Devender at Parnassus Books. I have so much to tell you, I'm gonna go fast. Okay, the first thing is this scarf is actually the scarf from the cover of Tom Lake. My sister bought it for me in Paris and my stepmother bought me the dress to go with it. So thanks guys, I appreciate it. Fabulous profile of Kate DiCamillo in the New Yorker this week, written by Casey Sepp. Check it out, it's beautiful. And I want to talk about all of the wonderful women that I saw when I was on book tour last week. Melinda Gates interviewed me in Seattle. If you haven't read Moment of Lift, this is really an incredible book. You might think you know what's going on with the Gates Foundation and all that Melinda's doing. You don't. Read the book. It's wonderful. Elliott Bay Bookstore. Oh my gosh, I had bookstore envy. I also got to see my new best friend, Claire Dieter, of Monsters, while I was in Seattle, and I loved this book so much. I did buy a copy for everyone who works at Parnassus, but I also went back and read her last book, Love and Trouble. Equally amazing, a memoir. And in Portland, where I worked with Broadway books, so great, I was interviewed by Cheryl Strayed. Love her. Somehow I had gone through my life never having met her. This is one of my all-time top 10 favorite books, Tiny Beautiful Things. Thanks, Cheryl. And in San Francisco, we had the Fabulous Books, Inc. So these are some of the books that have come out today. Kate Atkinson, who everyone loves, has a collection of short stories called Normal Rules Don't Apply. Thanks for the love, Sparky. Paulette Giles, who wrote News of the World, has another post-Civil War, angry, broken man covering the landscape in a sad way, Shenville. And oh my gosh, want a little controversy? It's Elon Musk and Walter Isaacson. What is it that my grandmother used to say? Hate the sin, love the sinner. It's sort of like that, all for Walter Isaacson. Walter, happy for you, okay? Let's leave it at that. And as a palate cleanser, 10 Birds That Changed the World, Stephen Moss. This is the kind of thing that we really want to read. All right, Lindsay, over to you.
Hi there. As the president of the Lauren Groff fan club, we all know what I'm going to talk about first. The Vaster Wilds is out today. Elise will tell you more about our sold out event. You know, she originally tried to write this in completely in iambic pentameter, so I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of this in iambic pentameter. And Elise is too. She's really excited about it. This one follows a girl in 17th century Jamestown, surviving, fighting for her life. The prose is gorgeous, the story's great, and Elise will tell you more about our sold out event. Another book out today, Arthur C. Brooks has teamed up with Oprah Winfrey for Build the Life You Want, the art and science of getting happier to improve your life. Unless you're a girl in the wilderness in 17th century Jamestown, then you're a little bit out of luck. Another book out today, we have Rouge by Mona Awad. Mona did Bunny and All's Well. This is another deliciously unhinged book. We have an event next or the week after.
Yes.
We have an event coming up. For nonfiction, Doppelganger by Naomi Klein, which is an examination of the concepts of doppelgangers, but also Naomi's weird thing with Naomi Wolf. They get confused with each other a lot. Celebrities who are publishing fiction, Millie Bobby Brown is out with historical fiction, 19 Steps. It's set in World War II. And then last week, I couldn't find the Reese Book Club pick. Don't worry, we found it. I actually literally found it as we were finishing filming last week, but it is Mother-Daughter Murder Night by Nina Simon. And up next, we have Elise.
And Roxy. Say hello, Roxy. I like to pretend that Roxy is mine, but really Roxy is Ashby, and she very much wanted to be on the Laydown video today, so here you go. And then I want to tell you all about events, but Anne put this in my hand and said, just talk about this. It's Jake Cohen. He wrote Jewish. It's another recipe cookbook that I showed last year maybe, or the year before, or maybe every year since it's been published. But usually I'm wearing a menorah on my head when I do it. But I got so excited. It comes with a soundtrack. Are we gonna sing? I could have noshed all night. I could have noshed all night. Okay. Anyway, that is a little extra if you want to get the soundtrack with it, but and we only do it live. Jay Cohen, what I'm gonna do, here's my promise to you, I'm gonna go home, I'm gonna cook some of these recipes, and then when you see me with 'Tis the Season and I have the menorah on my head, I'll tell you about all the great recipes that I cooked. Now to the wonderful events that are actually happening today. Wait, before I do that, and speaking of menorah on my head, Deb came through. I want to do a shout out to Deb and her sister, Judy, who were driving from Chicago. I can't remember where in North Carolina they're going, but Deb, I think, is moving to North Carolina. And she came by the store and she wanted to just say how much this store means to her. And Deb, what I want to say is you mean a lot to us as well, as do all of you who are listening to the Laydown video. So shout out to Deb, safe travels, and her sister, Judy. Okay. And maybe you want to try this Jay Cohen book. Tonight, we are hosting Michael Kiggins, and he is from Nashville. This is his debut novel, and this is And the Train Kept Moving. And this is reckoning with brutal facts of past and present. There might be a seat left for you, so go online and register. Also tonight, this is in store. Meg Medina, we're so excited. I'm kind of looking at Rayanne. We're going to be at the library. We're partnering with the National Public Library. And Meg Medina is going to be speaking. She's the National Ambassador for Young People's Literature. I am holding up one of her Mercy Suarez books. But if you haven't ever heard her before, she's really fabulous. It's going to be so much fun. That is at the main library in the auditorium at 6 o'clock tonight. And then tomorrow, Lori Moore, I Am Homeless If This Is Not My Home. This was a first editions pick, so we all love this. I read this book and I said to Anne, you know, I don't even know where to begin. A man goes to his ex-girlfriend's funeral and he sees her there and they get to spend time together. Intriguing? It should be. She is just one of the most amazing writers. It's an original story and I highly recommend this. And this is almost filled up, folks. This is tomorrow night, so if you're interested, which I hope you are, get online right away and get your seat for Lori Moore. And then, as Lindsay said, we have Lauren Groff. This is Vaster Wilds. And did Lindsay say that she's in conversation with her?
No.
No. So Lindsay is in conversation with Lauren Groff, and I don't really have to say anything more about this, except for if you haven't heard the interview also on public radio, it's incredible, as is Lauren, and she's just so brilliant, and so is Lindsay. So it's going to be a great night. That might be completely full, I don't even know, but if it is, go online and get the book. You don't have to pre-order because it's out today. So just go ahead and order it and you can get a signed copy. And then on Friday, Susan Lee, this is a young adult novel. This is The Name Drop. And she's in conversation, I'm gonna cheat here. She's in conversation with Sasha Payton Smith and Maisie Eddings. And this is in the store at 6:30 on Friday, YA. And we love her. I'm looking at Rayanne, who might be able to tell you more about it. And then Saturday, as always, we have a fabulous story time, 10:30, don't miss it. I hope I see you at all these events, and now here's the fabulous Rayanne.
Thank you, fabulous Elise. Hi, everybody. We have a new Parnassus Next pick out today. It is Those Pink Mountain Nights by Jen Ferguson. This is about 3 indigenous teens that work at Pink Mountain Pizza. They find out it's about to close. They decide to save their store and go back and solve some mysteries of the people in their community. Also, a big shout out to author Jen Ferguson for signing these for our Parnassus Next members and adding some swag inside for every person. Thank you so much, Jen. We are looking forward to seeing Susan Lee on Friday for The Name Drop. This is a rom-com about a mistaken identity at a super great internship over the summer. Hope you will come on Friday and spend it here talking about romance novels for teens. Ryan and Avery is out today by David Levithan. David will be at the Southern Festival, so want to give a shout out about that. This is a queer love story about the first 10 dates of a couple. A couple of YA books that came out last week. They're actually here in the store now, so I can tell you about them. Suddenly a Murder by Lauren Munoz. This is about a 1920s party that happens. Somebody gets murdered. It's basically Clue the Game in a YA book. And Midnight at the Houdini by Delilah S. Dawson. This is about a hotel where you can check in, but you can't check out. A girl arrives and must get out before midnight until she's trapped there forever. Some picture books out today. Raul III has a new Vamos, Let's Go Read, about the love of books, and his illustrations are so intricate and amazing. And A Walk in the Woods. This was written by Nikki Grimes, started by the late Jerry Pinkney. It was his last book, and it was finished by his son, Brian. This book is about a boy whose father dies, and he goes in the woods and learns more about him. Life imitates art in this, so amazing. Middle grade. The Improbable Tales of Baskerville Hall by Allie Standish. Let me just tell you, before there was a man named Sherlock, there was a boy called Arthur. Mystery fans, pick it up. And I'm just showing you this. I haven't read it, but this looks so fun to me. Highly illustrated fans of Dogman and Diary of a Wimpy Kid. This is the stupendous switcheroo. New powers every 24 hours. How would you like it if you woke up every morning and had new superpowers? I'll take it. I mean, sure, what could go wrong, right? Okay, that's all I have for today. Thanks for listening. Thanks for shopping at Parnassus.